This video has been classified as M. It is recommended for people aged 15 years and over.
Good game.
Do not underestimate them. But most of all, do not underestimate him.
Master Chief is this iconic hero that people have grown to know and love through the Halo games. But to a large degree, he's kind of a shell for players to kind of pour themselves into and occupy. And as a character, he hasn't really been explored in any great depth within the games. Most of that has lived in the surrounding fiction and in the novels. And so there is a backstory to the Chief that maybe not all players are aware of or familiar with. And that was something that we really wanted to touch on and bring a little bit more to the surface in Halo 4, as well as exploring John as a character and his relationship with Cortana specifically, because there's such a close relationship there, and Cortana's going through this process of essentially going rampant and starting to break down at the end of her lifespan, and so the question of how these two characters would deal with that while at the same time dealing with this massive galactic threat was something that was really interesting to us.
If we can just get back to Earth and find Halsey, she can fix this.
Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep.
So as a new studio taking on the Halo universe, obviously expectations are really high from the fans and the Halo community. But that's something that all of us at 343 sort of came aboard with that in mind. That was part of the reason why we wanted to take that on, was the challenge of it all, and really believing that we had a vision for where we wanted to take the Halo universe. And that was something that really inspired each and every one of us.
I thought you'd be taller.
The biggest challenge with Halo 4 is really bringing together a new team and forming a new studio from the ground up, while at the same time building this immense, massive scale game. As a group of developers from all over the world, we have a tremendous amount of experience, but anytime that you're working together for the first time on a creative endeavor, you have to kind of build up that trust and ease of working together that only comes with time. When we were designing Halo 4 and sort of bringing together our creative vision, we looked at all of the past Halo games. That was kind of our starting point, really evaluating all the things that we love most about the franchise and about each of those games, and seeing what are the things that we can take from that and bring to our game, as well as what are the things that we want to do differently. And that was kind of a process that we went through as a team as we laid out that blueprint for what we wanted to build. Halo's got such a legacy and a history, and so many passionate fans, and it's got a really recognizable feel to it. And so it was kind of a challenge for us to figure out how much we wanted to keep the same, and where we wanted to evolve the game and change things. I think the big thing that we really wanted to focus on was storytelling. We wanted to bring a greater kind of depth and an attention to the characters within the story that we were telling, and bring a little bit more focus to that part of the experience, both in our campaign as well as across into our multiplayer experience.
I think you, of all people, would appreciate the benefit of living to fight another day.
With Halo 4, we're completely redefining the multiplayer experience. And what we've done is we've connected for the first time the multiplayer experience with our campaign through story. So there is a story that surrounds everything that you do in multiplayer, where you essentially enlist aboard this ship called the UNSC Infinity, and you serve aboard that ship and have a career as a Spartan. So no matter whether you're playing competitively or cooperatively, all of that is feeding into your career as a Spartan. And there's kind of two main modes of play within multiplayer. The first is War Games, which is simulated combat between Spartans, where they're essentially training and getting ready for live combat operations. And then there's Spartan Ops. And Spartan Ops is a completely new way to experience Halo with your friends. It's basically an episodic cooperative adventure where each week there's a new episode of a CG series that comes out, and it follows a group of characters aboard the ship and sort of tells about the sort of general mission that the ship is undertaking that week. And then there are 5 missions that go live that are playable missions that connect directly to that episode in terms of story. And so over the course of a 10-week season, you've got this ongoing narrative that unfolds and allows players to drive the story of the Halo universe forward. The Forerunners have long been a part of the Halo universe, and they're sort of this source of fascination and mystery, and so that was something that was really intriguing to us as a team. We wanted to explore Forerunner culture in more detail and really build an entirely new world in the world of Requiem for players to explore. And as we continued to develop the Prometheans, who are the new enemy class in Halo 4, that sort of led to these new entities that you'd face on the battlefield, as well as a number of new tools that you'd then be able to use when you're picking up their weapons and their technology and abilities. And so I think all of that, those new elements really add a lot to the gameplay experience that sort of evolves it from the Halo of the past.
Find us an exit.
Don't wait around on my account!